Oh, okay. It has something. It was L sentence. I was just wondering, hey, I know you can hear me out there. Sounded like, yes, whale EDM. That's about right there at the Diabli. Oh, crap. I got to do something real quick. Hopefully I can do it before you guys get here. Maybe. Help me, Lord. Help me, Lord. Yes, there it is. And, oh, shit. You guys are watching. Well, I did this live, I guess. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the show. I fixed that. Here, let me turn this, whatever the hell this is, down. It does sound, I think it's just beats to whales having sex or something. Anyway, good morning. Welcome to the show. It is Thursday, which is normally FTG Thursday. And I mostly, I got a lot of stuff about this hearing yesterday with Merrick Garland, so it might take up the whole show. I have a few backup things just in case. But there is some funny stuff here that I want to get through. And it's interesting, because usually when there's a Senate hearing with someone of the prominence of Merrick Garland, most of the stuff I see on the internet about it is, there's a kind of a balance between the people who, are Merrick Garland fans and those who think Merrick Garland's a partisan hack. And I obviously land on the side of the hack department. But it's interesting. Most of the stuff I saw was just the people who call him a hack. And I don't know if that's because of who I follow, because this is kind of the area where the top tweets in the trending section usually has a balance, but there's not. So we're going to look at that and maybe some other stuff. And please, let me just stop this, whatever the hell this is. Johnny, please play the intro. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, coming to you live from the Lucky Dog studio in a hidden location somewhere in the upper Midwest of the United States of America, it's a brother making his own way, but with all the wrong opinions. Welcome to the Morning Night Live with your host, the one and only Dawg Knight.
Yes, here we go. It's FTG Thursday. Hello, welcome everybody to the Morning Night Live. I'm your host, Marty, also known as Dawg Knight on the internet. Welcome back to the Dawg Knight Channel, where we watch boring Senate hearings and try to make them exciting. Anyway, I'm glad you're here. It is Thursday, the 2nd of March, 2023. And I am glad you're here with me today. And speaking of, well, since you are here, let me just say who's here with me, because that's important. But before I do that, I want to thank some people real quick. Let's see who's on this. TC and Tyler F. And okay, wait a minute. Who is this? Wait a minute. Okay, one of those fake ass accounts. Thanks all of you for tweeting out the show, TC and Tyler F. And everyone else is going to do it. Please share the stream right now. It'll help. There's another one. See, TC did it again, both Rumble and Twitter and YouTube. Thank you, sir. Yes, you're the sponsor, so hit the like button, share it, and all that stuff. Okay. These are the accounts that I'm talking about, though. Okay. Every once in a while you get a follower on Twitter, right? And let me show you what this one looks like. Cause this is I don't know if there's people out there just trying to throw some bots at me. Wait, what the hell is this going on here? Let's fix that. There we go. So there's somebody named Jordan Vassi. What the hell's going on here? This is someone named Jordan Vassi who's following me on Twitter. Now, this is one of those accounts that I talk about all the time. You get these random accounts that just follow you all of a sudden, and they they're following 500 to 900,000 people, whatever, and they have 15 followers, and it's always some, just interesting, attractive woman, right? See, she's, look at the profile pic. She's an attractive lady, and then she has a couple. Now this is one where at least all the photos are of her. You got this photo here, right? Here she is here. She's a fine individual, right? And then you got a picture here. I don't know. This kind of looks like her. It's almost the same. She's got a little bit more of a tan in this one. And then you have one like this. She's out here in her bathing suit looking kind of sexy and shit. But here's the problem. Those are all her tweets. And that's telltale that this is just some weird bot kind of thing that follows you. And I don't know why these pop up all the time. Anybody? She's hot for you. No, she's not. This is a fake account. These are not necessarily, these are some kind of stock photos. Someone pulled out some model. So, and now you used to be able to go into Twitter like this right here. Oh, here it is. Remove this follower. Ding. Bye, Jackie. Or Jordan, whatever the hell your name is. You are fake. Be gone. Be gone thought. Or fake thought even. It's a fake thought. I give no thoughts to thoughts. And it's fake thought, so it doesn't even matter. And even if it's a real thought, she has nothing to say, so I don't care. Unless I see now here's a trick though. When you see these accounts, there is it looks like AR Carmen Electra. Yeah, it does look like she looks kind of like a Carmen Electra. I agree. So whenever you see accounts like that, you got to go, first of all, you go to their profile and you see if they have any tweets. Because you're like, why is this hot chick following me? And it's usually a fake hot chick, whatever. And then you look at the follower count. If it has like 10, 15 followers, but a whole bunch of people it's following. It's just a count, whatever, trying to get you to whatever. And then also look at who they're following. Now, sometimes that happens. And if it's following all people that I follow or would follow if I followed everybody on the internet, then you can go, oh, well, maybe that person has some ideological reason that agrees with me with this or doesn't agree with me with this, whatever reason to follow me. But if it's just a bunch of random people, you go, get the hell out of here. And so I get those quite often, and I think it's important to not follow them. I think it's important to delete them. I will delete them just because it might be a Fed. It might be a Fed. And I don't want the Feds following me. I don't care how smoking hot they try to make you look. And you may be even a real, picture of some person, but it's not someone that I want following me because it's probably a Fed. So I have a tendency to get rid of them. What happened? Oh, see, and now there's one. I had one that, okay, they must have got rid of her. There was another one I just recently got, but apparently that account has been removed because it's not following me anymore. But anyway, don't let people follow you unless, they have a real reason that should be following you. Yeah, capiche? Okay, that's my Twitter advice of the day. Let's say good morning. I want to say good morning to you because you are the people who drive the show, and I think you deserve my attention when I have the opportunity to give you my attention. So first on the chat over on Rumble is Avocados Diablo who gets the bell. Congratulations. Also, good morning, Mike Savage, Blarg, Simon Wolfwood, and TC. Those are all the people who have announced their entry to the Rumble side of the ledger. There's a few other people watching over there. Thank you for watching on Rumble. I appreciate it. And I still find it interesting. I'm looking at now I'm one of these people who are always looking at the analytics, and it's just weird. I don't know how there's more people watching me on Rumble. Unique visitors, by the way. There's more unique visitors watching on Rumble than on YouTube. So apparently at least Rumble is promoting the channel somehow. I'm not getting a whole lot. I'm up to 230 followers on Rumble. That's great. I think that's fantastic. So anyway, thank you for watching on Rumble. Also, those watching on YouTube, first in the chat is, again, Avocados W gets the bell. Congratulations, Sarah. Also, good morning, Dr. Funkenstein's Ghost. I can't decide if it's Funkenstein or Funkenstein. It's Funkenstein. It's Frankenstein, so I'm assuming it's Funkenstein. Dr. Funkenstein's Ghost. Yo to you too, Tyre. Good morning also, Chicago Mike. Good morning to Mystic Forest. Welcome back. Haven't seen you in a little while. Good morning, Rotten Corpse, Attack Alpaca, Simon Wolfwood, my favorite Canadian Jaeger pony, Tyler F's in the house. Let's see. TC's here on the YouTube side also. Good morning also to Rachel, Madhouse, Dildo. I don't know why I did that. That was just kind of funny. Also, good morning to Fake News Expert. Aaron Meredith's in the house. Greg Rogers, nice to see you back. HP Lovecraft's in the house. Who else is here? Oh boy, where am I at here? Brad Young, what's happening? Nice to see you. And that looks like everybody so far. Now, as people roll in, I'll try to pay attention and try to say hi to everybody. But, if I don't take it personally. Eventually, this channel's going to grow, and it's going to be harder and harder to do that because, but until then, I'll just be what I'm doing here, right? Wait, so I don't have to copy and paste emojis out of YouTube anymore. Oh, they have they have emojis on. Oh, they do have emojis on Rumble now. Yeah, Rumble has pop-out chat now. It has emojis. You can do Rumble rants, which are like YouTube super chats. Although I still prefer you go to pdognight.live. pdognight.live. That's the Streamlabs donation page. Now my page there is kind of weird. It's hard to tell. Well, I don't know. Maybe I should probably look at it. I haven't looked at it for a while. Because I tried to edit it to having a custom page. And so now you just up in the right-hand corner, there's a donation spot. I think it takes you to a different donation page. But the reason I like to do that, have you go there instead of YouTube Super Chats in particular, because they don't have to give, well, it's not Susan, but whoever's the new CEO at YouTube, you don't have to give that person 30% of the donation. It's just that more of it comes to me. And if you go, now, if you use PayPal, yeah, even still better than YouTube. And then if you go credit card, it's even better because I have my own, what do you call that? The hell do you call that? I can't remember what it's called now. Anyway, one of those accounts that, not Slack, that's a communication device. Anyway, whatever the hell it's called. If you do credit cards, then I get more. So anyway, I'm moving on. Good morning, Zach Osborne. Good morning, Maddie, who's in the house. Rick Ashbringer's here. And people are strolling in slowly. I got to get better at setting up my show the night before. I know that people are more able to get here because they get better notifications if I do it the night before. But, sometimes I just like to be topical and be present for what's current and good. So still need to block users so I can block people I can't stand. Oh, damn. I didn't even know you could do that. Can you do that on YouTube? Block user. Block. Oh, no, that's, no, those are just the moderators. Wait, there's a new thing on here that I've never seen before. On YouTube, the moderators are just the people with the wrench, right? But you can also add a managing moderator. I didn't know what that is. I'll have to go look up what the hell that is. That's weird. Okay. So anyway, all right. Shall we get into some news today? Now, I don't necessarily, I haven't looked necessarily at the trending topics today. Maybe we'll just take a quick peek because I'm always curious what's important to people on Twitter, because that's what usually people are talking about in the world in a sense. Let's see, Margot Robbie, don't care. Why is Margot Robbie trending? Let me look here. Margot Robbie, well, there's a picture of her being just a cute little self, but I'm not going to show it because the whole movie is... Okay, she must be in a new movie. Babylon? I don't even know what this is. The scene wasn't in the script. Apparently she's in some movie with Brad Pitt. I don't care. Let's go back. What else is trending here? Thursday, Labroth, COVID is trending. Whoa! Thank you for the super chat, fake news expert. Drop it. Hang on a second. I don't even know. Is that a? That's not a Hamilton. No, Hamilton's 10. What's on the 20? Is that Jefferson? I can't remember. $20 bowl. What the hell? I can't even spell. See, I it's so rare that I have a $20 bill because I'm Poe. Oh, it is. It is that weird Jefferson picture. But aren't they going to put? Aren't they going to put Harriet Tubman on the 20 pretty soon? Have they done that yet? I haven't seen it yet. Have they done the Harriet Tubman $20 bill yet? Oh, it's Andrew Jackson. That's right. So thank you for dropping a Jackson from Fake News Expert. It's a super chat but with no message. That's like, you know what? Here's the thing. And Tyra, I see you over there on Rumble too. So thank you very much. That's very kind of you, because you didn't even do it just to get a special message or whatever. You just did it because out of your kindness of your heart, and I really appreciate that, because my truck needs new tires, and that's a good start. So anyway, thank you very much, Fake News Expert, for dropping the Jackson. Now, not that Jackson, but the Jackson in the tip jar. Good morning, Black Hebrew Israelite. Black Hebrew Israelite's in the house.
That's right.
Nice to see you. All right. So, you screwed it up. Well, tell me. Here you go. Fake News Expert, your next message in the chat. Do not do another super chat or Streamlabs or anything. Just put a message in the chat that you intended to put in your $20 super chat, and we'll read that. So just do that there, okay? That'll work. All right. Back to what's trending and not trending on Twitter. Well, what's not trending. Is there anything in Kellyanne Conway? Christopher Reeves is trending. Why is Christopher Reeves trending? Is this the anniversary of his death or something? Or are they talking about Superman? See, I gotta be careful. Uh-oh. Did someone say... Okay, let me hear. Here's James Wood talking about Christopher Reeves. At the very beginning of our careers, Christopher Reeve and I were friends with a bunch of now well-known actors. Chris was undoubtedly the sweetest and most modest of the gang. Considering his astonishing good looks and success, Chris was the most self-effacing star I ever met. Okay, I don't know why. Christopher Reeve's transition from Clark to Superman was so damn cool every single time. Let's see this. And some people say I don't mess with horses since Christopher Reeves. Anyway, I don't know. Is this the anniversary of him being paralyzed, or is it the anniversary of his death? Why is he trending? Anybody? The pause after Christopher Reeves bar with the ad lib sends me every single time. Just sick and nasty. Did Nicki really say I don't fuck with horses since Christopher Reeve? Oh, did Nicki Minaj put him in a rap? Okay, I don't know why. Christopher Reeves, who famously played Superman in the 70s and 80s, was trending with this line from a new single, I don't fuck with horses since Christopher Reeves. Fans think this is... Oh, no. Well, let's see. Nicki Minaj's new single, Red Ruby to Sleaze, takes a jab at Megan Thee Stallion. Okay, here's the part that people are talking about. I got it now. Can I play this on YouTube, though? Just a second. Probably not, but here it is. Maybe. Okay, why is that not working? Here we go. Okay, it said something about I don't mess with horses since Christopher Reeves, talking about Megan Thee Stallion. Okay, that's some rap beef shit that I don't give a shit about. So I don't even know why I'm wasting time with this. Let's see if there's anything important trending that I'm going to get into what I really want to talk about today. I'm sure Merrick Garland should be trending because that is what I'm going to talk about today. Boycott Hershey's. Why do we want to boycott Hershey's? Wait a minute. Texas Independence Day. Dr. Seuss is trending. Anything that really... Shaka Khan. Okay, she's trending. Okay, so nothing on here is interesting except boycott Hershey's. Why do people want to boycott Hershey's? Oh my God. Okay. Okay, who's not paying attention to the internet today and trying to figure out why Hershey's boycott Hershey's is trending? Oh my God. Okay, yesterday I told you what month this is. Does anyone remember? Does anybody remember what month this is? It is Women's History Month. I think this is part of it. Okay, wait, look at this. Look at this. You already know, Zach? Oh my God. Hershey, because they have a label that says her, she. Oh my God. But here's a problem. There's a problem. Internet. What is it? Women's History Month? Yeah, Women's History Month. Hi, Hate Campbell. How you doing? One of the original viewers of the Morning Night Live. Good morning, sir. Let's watch this. Let's watch this train wreck.
My name is Faye Johnstone.
Wait a minute. Is Hershey. Could they not find Oh, Faye Johnson, 2S LGBTQIA plus advocate, or should we spell that out? 2S LGBTQIA plus ADVOCATEE ad person. Fuck me. I'm sorry. Yeah, I swore a little too early in the stream. Could they not find a woman? Women's History Month. Okay, let's see what else this person, this human says.
I'm the executive director of Wisdom to Action.
Why? Hello, Tex AG. 007. Why?
We can create a world where everyone is able to live in public space as their honest and authentic selves.
As their honest and authentic self? You are not being honest with yourself. Hello, Mr. Scott. How you doing? Nice to see you. You're not being honest with yourself. That's the problem. And that is just so weird. Oh, so I wanted... You're...
See the woman changing how we see the future at Hershey's Canada.
Couldn't they... Good God. Good God. Wait a minute. Oh, Ed Krasenstein has chimed in. Let's see what Ed Krasenstein has to say about this. Oh my gosh. We're gonna by the way, we'll just break this out into the so you have an instant link to it on my one tab link at the end of the show. By the way, second paragraph in the description. End of the show, I'll update this so everything we see will be in a single link. All you got to do is click the link and there'll be a single page with all the links to everything we do. Okay, now Ed Krasenstein has died. Let's see what Ed Krasenstein says to say, because certainly this is going to be a fair and honest assessment of how Republicans look at this particular ad. But Ed, and his ambiguously, his brother's ambiguously, I can't say it. Never mind. Breaking: Republicans who constantly cry about cancel culture are now trying to cancel Hershey's chocolate with a hashtag boycott Hershey's campaign simply because they are putting the face of a trans woman on a chocolate bar wrappers. Check out the amazing ad. Yeah, we know why you and your brother probably like this ad. I know that you both are married, but it's ambiguously whatever. So I'm sorry. Do you think it's just Republicans who think when you're having Women's History Month and it's like, it'd be like putting Rachel Dolezal on the cover of the Black History Month page. Okay? I'm sorry. Rachel may identify as black, but she's still not black. Or Sean King. Let's put Sean King and Rachel Dolezal as the spokespeople for the NAACP awards. That would be just dandy, wouldn't it? No, we don't do that. And so I'm sure that women everywhere are going, can we have our own shit? God. Hello, Devin. How you doing? Everybody loves Devin is in the house. Nice to see you. Can we please have our own shit? No, I bet you there's plenty of women who are like, first, it's that, what was that beauty queen that, remember I think it was Connecticut or Vermont or somewhere, the fat dude that's now a woman wins a beauty contest. First of all, you wouldn't win a women's beauty contest. You wouldn't win a men's. It doesn't make it make sense. I'm losing my damn mind. So anyway, lots of people are discussing this, and let's see. No matter what he is wrapped in, he is not a her, she, and never will be. It's International Women's Day, not International Men Who Pretend to be Women's Day. This is a woman. I doubt if Tegan Riley is a Republican. Let's see. 13th generation American with Revolutionary War ancestors, proud brat, past life, iconic surrealism, blog, pronouns, adult, human, female. I'm guessing this is not a Republican, but she is a feminist. So anyway, let's see. Women's History Month is that time of the year when we honor the achievements and struggles of those born without penises. Oh, it's not Republicans who started this hashtag. Ed, fuck you, Hershey's. Signed real women everywhere. Boycott Hershey's. It's another women. It's a woman saying that. Boycott Hershey's is trending because Hershey's put a trans woman on the bar wrapper. You've got to be fucking kidding me. Nope, not kidding you. It don't make sense. Make it make sense. Christ Lord. Okay, there are some Republicans, I'm sure, who are part of this. Oh, here, me sees boycott Hershey's trending. Oh boy, I wonder what this is about. Also me, just a bunch of transphobic assholes being upset. Trans people existing. Classic. No, they're not. They're just tired of having some people in women face taking over everything that women are. Okay? This hell site kill me. Hell site kills me. I can excuse child slavery, but I draw the line at trans people. You can excuse child slavery? Nobody says that. Nobody excuses child slavery, you fucking assholes. Okay, this is going to be restricted monetization, I can tell, because I'm going to be swearing up a storm. Mars, Nestle, and Hershey to face child slavery lawsuit in the U.S. Good! If they are using child slavery, fuck them. Hershey's can kiss my ass. Either way, for either transgression. Okay? Good. And you know what? Let's see, when did this happen? And I'm sure people said boycott Hershey. If this had been emblazoned all over Twitter, I'm sure people would have said boycott Hershey for this bullshit too. Okay? But Hershey advertises their that human person that's not a female. Okay? Can I say that? Because that's factually correct, regardless of the fact that this person describes themselves as a woman, definitely not female, okay? Female sex, woman gender in their world. I interchanged the two in my world, the way I use the English language. In fact, look, this whole pronoun thing too. So I'm waiting for the first person to ever correct me about pronouns. I'm waiting for it. It hasn't happened. I've never had anyone do it yet. But when they do, I'm going to say, excuse me, I speak pre-2020 English, I speak pre-2015 English, and in pre-2015 English, which is the language that I speak, I use pronouns based on my perception of the sex of the person. And if the sex of the person to me is perceived to be whatever, then I'll say that particular pronoun. But I don't use they, them pronouns for a singular person because I speak pre-2015 English before Tumblr became prominent in American popular culture. And even if it did, you cannot change how I speak language because I'm the one speaking it. And as long as the person I'm talking to understands what the hell I'm saying, fuck off. Okay? I don't care. I don't care. Hello, Hig. I see you in the chat. Welcome. Infamous One, you were here earlier. And I'm going to do a couple super chats here first. Ty Alexander, good morning, sir. And thank you for sponsoring the show. And Ty Alexander, after this music stops, you are the Streamlabs Superstar sponsor of the day. Dropping a small bullet in the tip jar. And this is a monthly or something like that, or is this? Oh, did you set up a new monthly? Anyway, here it is. It says, should I have beats going on in the background on super chats. Let me get a little drum beat here. Oh, that's kind of loud. Well, it's loud to me. It's not as loud to you, I think. Anyway, Ty Alexander, thank you very much. He says, today we celebrate a literary great whose birthday we don't want to be late. Dr. Seuss, oh how we adore your stories and characters forevermore. From okay, is it loud to you, or is it just me? It's really loud, isn't it? Okay, let me turn this shit down. Okay, there we go. That's better. Okay, let me start over because this is a poem and I don't want to screw it up. Today we celebrate a literary great whose birthday we don't want to be late. Dr. Seuss, oh how we adore your stories and characters forevermore. From Porton to the Cat in the Hat, you've inspired imaginations where they're at. Happy 119th birthday to Dr. Seuss. Hell yes! I love Dr. Seuss, and that was always my favorite books when I was a little kid, and we got all the Dr. Seuss books for our kids when they were young, and that was their favorite. So happy birthday, Dr. Seuss, 119th birthday. Next, we got Chicago Mike. Chicago Mike dropping a big bullet in the tip jar, which means you are. Whoops. What the hell? You are the new Streamlabs Superstar sponsor of the day. God, there's a lot going on here. Let me turn this. Okay, that music came up at the same time. Thank you, Chicago Mike, who says, after Lightfoot losing, should we start the betting pool on when she plays the race and or LGBTQIA LMNOP card? I'm surprised she hasn't done it already. It should have happened about 9 hours ago. And, whoa, what the hell is that? Wait a minute. Did I see?
My name is...
Hey, wait. Did I see what I just think I saw? Hold on. Hang on. That was so weird. Okay, hang on. I'll show you this in a second. Anyway, thank you, Chicago Mike, again for that. And I think I'm surprised she hasn't already played the race card. Also, thank you, Maddie, for sponsoring the show. You are. Whoops. There we go. Maddie says, first they came for the men, then they started corrupting the youth, and now they are erasing biological women, and they expect us to take it and not say anything. Fuck that. LGBT has an entire month. They don't need ours. Yes, it's Women's History Month, and don't take it over. Don't take it over. And then finally, thank you, Black Hebrew Israelite, for sponsoring the show, who says, men make better women, even in Women's History Month. I remember when HB 3 years ago said that if you don't accept the dick, you are bigots. Even if you're a lesbian, you must suck the feminine penis unless you're a transphobe. Yes, that's right.
That's right.
All right, I got to turn this music off because it's killing me. Anyway, thank you everybody for sponsoring the show. Yeah, so that's why Hershey's is trending. Let's see. Miranda, Hershey's has included a male in their promotional material for International Women's Day. Their number, or for a text or a call, is 1-800-468-1714. Now, here's something interesting I noticed about this ad. Hold on a second. I'm going to see if it works when I have it on the screen here. And when I was looking at the ad a minute ago, Okay, let me see if I can catch the spot. Wait, I don't even care about the sound. I just want to show you the spot here. Let me show you the spot that happened right here. Okay, now, when I saw this, can you see that now? Do you see it? Do you see it? You have to see it. This, because I looked down and I saw this and I'm like, oh. Can you see it? Please tell me you can see what I see right now. Anyway, I was like, wait, what the hell? What's that on my screen? Did someone throw this on there? Okay. Anyway, so that's why Hershey's is trending. Hershey. Scroll up. We can't see. No, you can see. You can't see what okay. I know you can't see the whole ad, but if you take a look at this really quick, you don't see it. Yes, you must see it. Do you see? Look at the ad the way I have it cut off. I have it cut off on purpose. What is that sticking up there? It's that you can't figure it out. Okay, when I quickly glance at that, I'm like, who the hell superimposed a penis on the screen with this person? You know you can see it. Just the tip. Thank you, Hig. Hig figured it out. There you go. Hig figures it out. There you go. That's how appropriate. Oh, yeah. There you go, Maddie. Now you get it. Okay. Anyway. Holy shit. So, let's see. Boycotts only work if you stick to them. Hershey's. Easter's right around the corner. Don't forget, liberal Hershey's fired their unvaccinated employees. Yeah, well, that's another reason. We have multiple reasons to boycott Hershey's. One, their slave labor lawsuit. Two, this human thing that they put in front of Hershey's. And, I thought boycott Hershey's would be about actual problems like their use of child slavery. It turned out to be right-wing TERFs. No, the TERFs aren't right-wing, but boy, oh boy, the right-wing supports the TERFs, I guess. Hello, GDSOB. Yeah, so the crowd that is supporting this craziness is really upset, and they're saying, oh, it's right-wing national and anti-Semitism, cute, not a conspiracy theory, bullshit, fascism. Everything's fascism if they don't like it. So it's fascist to not believe in the female penis. So anyway, that's why Hershey's trending. Good Lord. Okay, is that enough? That's enough of trending topics. I got to talk about Merrick Garland. Anybody else? Anything? Let me just check. By the way, it is Read Across America Day. If you have young kids or old kids or whatever, this is a good day to read together. Also, Dr. Seuss is trending. Now, like Tyre said, this would have been his birthday. Let's see. Let's see what people are saying about Dr. Seuss here. Here's Styx. Styx is saying, Dr. Seuss would be canceled today. None of his props were openly gay. Hop on Pop would be banned as well. Toxic manhood is considered unswell. Discussing genitals would be a must because they're kid books. And in wokeness, we trust. That's very good. That's very well done. Very well done. Styx, Hex and Hammer 666. Let's see. Happy Dr. Seuss Day. Have your brains in your head. You have feet in your shoes. You can steer yourself in any direction you choose. Some Dr. Seuss wisdom. 5 lessons in life from Dr. Seuss. Today, you are you. That is truer than true. There is no one alive who is youer than you. 2, why fit in when you were born to stand out? 3, you have a brain in your head, you have feet in your shoes. You can steer yourself any direction you choose. Be who you are and say what you feel, because those who mind don't matter and those who matter don't mind. And today I shall behave as if this is the day I will be remembered. So anyway, oh, wait a minute. The first time I've seen the Grinch story will be expanded without Dr. Seuss. So now they're going to have wait a minute. The sequel book titled How the Grinch Lost Christmas is in the works. Okay, I don't think we need that. I think we're just fine with How the Grinch Stole Christmas. So anyway, that's why Dr. Seuss is trending, because it's would be his 109th birthday today. It's Dr. Seuss Day. I'll put that in the links also. Anything else that I give a crap about here? What is this? Oh, that's Dr. Seuss. Let me go back here and okay, I don't care. I don't care about anything else. Let's get into the discussion on Merrick Garland, who is also trending. Not necessarily the top trending topics, but he's been trending for the last couple of days because Merrick Garland went before a Senate committee. I believe it's the Senate Judiciary Committee, which oversees the Department of Justice and the FBI and other parts of the justice system. Correct? Okay. So he was trending on Twitter yesterday and today because of this hearing. And so we're going to get now, a lot of times you have these hearings and each side of the aisle has their little pet things they want to talk about. But I think the Democrats in the Senate committee were too busy fondling Merrick's diddlies and linking his taint. So I'm going to show you some of the testimony and questioning he got from the Republicans, because I think they ask better questions and are much more interested in him holding people accountable for certain things, okay, for things that the Justice Department seems to be doing that is not really in line with what most people think the Justice Department should be doing. So first we're going to get, let's see, where's the Washington Examiner article? Well, let's start with this one here. So I have a few articles and a few videos we're going to take a look at. First, Senator Hawley, Josh Hawley. Now, a lot of people on the other side of the aisle from Josh Hawley think Josh Hawley is an insurrectionist, but he's not. He's just was there. Just like every other people in the House and the Representatives and the Senate, they were in Washington on January 6th. And, Josh Hawley apparently ran from some people just thinking, he didn't want to be in this crush people, whatever. Anyway, they had a little bit of a contentious exchange yesterday. Attorney General Merrick Garland was savaged on all sides during testimony on Wednesday in front of the Senate Judiciary Committee. Yeah, because the Democrats want more action on I guess the guy with the funny hair. Oh, I didn't watch much of their testimony, so I should probably watch some of theirs too. I've only seen these clips, but I'm more interested in why the Justice Department seems to be so partisan these days. Anyway, Senator Josh Hawley leading the beatdown, eviscerating the leftist Biden acolyte over the FBI's anti-Catholic bias. Now, I told you about this a while back, and maybe I pulled up an article about that. Because the Justice Department, remember there was a memo talking about how Catholics who do traditional mass in Latin are more likely to be radicalized and extremist. Remember that? We read that a few weeks ago. Or no, I think it was in October of last year. But I was like, what? They were, because, kind of like when they said the parents who go and go to these school board meetings and are upset about things, and the Justice Department said that they should be looked at as potential terrorists. Well, they did that with Catholics who do Catholic mass just in traditional Latin, saying that they are more likely to promote extremism, shit like that. So Josh Hawley had some questions about that. And so here's one of the clips that people clip, because people clip clips and then we watch the clips. So let's watch this clip of Josh Hawley talking to Attorney General Merrick Garland.
Which is that you're abdicating responsibility?
I'm not abdicating responsibility.
Then give me the answer. Do you think, in your opinion, you are the Attorney General of the United States? You are in charge of the Justice Department. And yes, sir, you are responsible. So give me an answer.
The FBI does not agree with your description.
I'm not asking about the FBI. You are the Attorney General. Give me your answer. Do you think that it was objectively reasonable and they followed your guidelines in sending 20 to 30 armed agents to terrorize these people?
Okay,
yes or no?
Now this,
The
by the
facts
way,
I have, which are those presented by...
this, by the way, this was the guy who apparently was outside an abortion clinic proselytizing, okay, on the sidewalks, and apparently some person came up to him and was harassing one of his kids, okay? And so I think he might have pushed him or something. I mean, there was a very brief scuffle, exchange, and then it broke up, right? The Justice Department sent, I think it was like 20 armed FBI agents to this man's house and arrested him. Okay, they were like 20 armed agents, like they did against who's the guy that the Trump administration they did to? Anyway, 20 armed agents to his house, kids in the house, wife in the house, with those dreaded assault weapons, right? To arrest him, like at 5 a.m. too. So they're busting out his door, screaming and yelling, terrorizing his family over a scuffle in front of an abortion clinic. And then they tried to charge him with some obscure law about, blocking an abortion clinic, right? Because there's a law that the Democrats got passed that does that. And that's what he's talking about here. So here's continue the exchange.
By the FBI are not consistent with your description.
So you think it was reasonable?
I'm saying the facts are not as you describe.
What are the facts?
That the children weren't there? That there weren't long guns there? That there weren't agents? What do you dispute? What's the factual premise you dispute? Be
FBI
specific.
said they don't agree with your description of...
Be specific. They don't agree with what?
Of how many agents, of the agents who were there, and of what their roles were. They don't agree.
Do you know the
That's all I can
jury
say.
in this case acquitted Mr. Houck? As I'm sure you're aware. Do you know how long it took him?
I am aware, and we respect the decision of the jury.
Do you know how long it took him?
I don't know.
1 hour. 1 hour.
The Justice Department,
Philadelphia District Attorney declines to prosecute. The private suit's
armed
dismissed.
FBI agents
You used
after
an
this guy.
unbelievable show of force with guns that I just note liberals usually decry. We're supposed to hate long guns and assault-style weapons. You're happy to deploy them against Catholics and innocent children. Happy to. And then you haul him into court and a jury acquits him in 1 hour. I just suggest to you that is a disgraceful performance by your Justice Department and a disgraceful use of resources.
Okay, so there's one. Anyway, Hawley accused the department of being quick to deploy resources against Catholics while turning a blind eye as people are executed in the streets of American cities. And let's see, he said, he later wrote, I want to know from Merrick Garland directly why Biden's DOJ is arresting Catholic protesters like terrorists, complete with SWAT-style tactics, while letting actual terrorist acts like fire bombings go unpunished, in reference to the fact that many of the those, what do they call them, the pregnancy centers that are not abortion clinics, a bunch of them were firebombed after the Dobbs decision. So anyway, in fact, let's see. And here's another article from PJ Media. So, not that it fazed him in the least, but Merrick Garland did not have a good day on Capitol Hill Wednesday. Garland was there for a Senate Judiciary Committee hearing, and Josh Hawley of Missouri laid into him for the FBI raid on a pro-life activist Mark Hook's home last year. In fact, Hawley took Garland apart like the engine block of a '57 Chevy. Sorry to the classic car fans out there. According to Newsweek, Hawley also cited the FBI memo last month that tried to portray conservative Catholics who prefer Latin Mass as a potential as people who. Okay, here it is. This is the one, and here's the memo. I think. Let's see if do we have that story open? I think I do. I'm going to open this one up anyway. Who prefer Latin Mass? Catholics who prefer Latin Mass as potential white supremacists. The FBI later rescinded the memo, but made no apologies. If Garland has not sold his soul, he might feel some shame from the fact that under his ages, the DOJ has become nothing more than an enforcement arm of the state against people that the inner party has deemed undesirable or dangerous. Senator Mike Lee once told me how relieved he was that Garland was denied a spot on the Supreme Court. He asked everyone in earshot to think about what would have happened if Garland had been confirmed. It seems as if Garland has forgotten that, and for that matter, has never forgiven either. Imagine having such a degree of rage, desire for revenge, and lust for power that you can't even see that you've become what you've become and what you've turned your agency into. Weaponizing the FBI was a natural step for Garland. The fact that he can do it in the name of national security is merely icing on the cake. The frightening part of all this is that we should have a second term with Democrats controlling the White House. Or the frightening part is, should we have a second term with Democrats controlling the White House, we could see Justice Garland. His replacement would probably not be any much better. And then the fun house ride will really get started. Yeah, could you imagine if he made it to the Supreme Court? So anyway, let's find this memo that they had. Was it in here? Maybe it's in Just the News. No, that's there. This is back in February. Whistleblower says FBI mined bank records for the J6 probe as the Bureau takes a hard look at radical traditional Catholics. Okay, this is earlier this month or last month. Where is it? Here's the internal memo. It's in National Review. I want a picture of the actual memo. So anyway, the FBI, this is from earlier in February. The FBI's Richmond field office released an internal memo last month warning against, quote, radical traditionalist Catholic ideology and claiming it almost certainly presents new mitigation opportunities, according to a document shared by an FBI whistleblower. On Wednesday, Kyle Seraphin, who was special agent for the Bureau for 6 years before he was indefinitely suspended without pay in June 22, published a document called Interest of Racially or Ethnically Motivated Violent Extremists in Radical Traditionalist Catholic Ideology almost certainly presents new mitigation opportunities. And it said, in making this assessment, FBI Richmond relied on the key assumption that racially or ethnically motivated extremists will continue to find radical Traditionalist Catholic, or RTC. So they even have an acronym for Radical Traditionalist Catholic ideology attractive and will continue to attempt to connect with RTC adherents both virtually and via social media and in person in places of worship. It also adds that RTCs are typically categorized by the rejection of the Second Vatican Council, which is Vatican II, as a valid church council, disdain for most of the popes since Vatican II, particularly Pope Francis and Pope John Paul II, and frequent adherence to anti-Semitic, anti-immigrant, anti-LGBTQ, and white supremacist ideology. Radical Traditionalist Catholic compose a small minority of overall Roman Catholic adherents and are separate and distinct from traditional Catholics who prefer the traditional Latin Mass and pre-Vatican II teachings and traditions without the more extremist ideological beliefs and violent rhetoric. So they're saying that, oh my God, these Catholics, if they're doing Latin Mass, they must be really dangerous. Anyway, I'll leave both those articles up. But let's go back to Merrick Garland, because we're going to go through a couple of the questions. What the hell is this? Oh, this is this is the Merrick Garland trending topic. There's a couple of people who talked about Merrick Garland. Aaron Rupar, who's a jackass. James Comer on Fox Business suggests Merrick Garland testifying that he's staying out of the Hunter Biden investigation is actually evidence he's meddling in it. Maria Bartiromo responds by bringing up Hillary's emails. So they're more concerned about Hillary's emails, I guess, than whatever. But all right. So anyway, let's go into some of these exchanges. Now, if you want to watch the full exchange with Josh Hawley, it'll be in the links, but I'm not going to do any of these full exchanges because they're all 7-8 minutes long. Let's just go into a couple of them here. Here is Senator Mike Lee was speaking to Merrick Garland, talking about how Mark Hook was targeted by a SWAT team. So here's this one. Let me go full here. Let's go. There we go. All right, here's Mike Lee talking about that same question. Maybe. Sousa plays. Come on, internet, work! Internet, work! You guys still see me? I'm getting concerned here. I know many traditional Catholics who love St. John Paul II. Yes, many do. Why is this not going? Okay. Let's try something else here. We will refresh, and hopefully this will work. Something's going on. What's going on? Oh, good Lord. Okay, there we go.
Aggressive arrest.
Okay, all right, let's try this again. All right, here's Mike Lee talking to Merrick Garland about this same situation with Mr. Hogg. Good morning, Sean, Minnesota Patriot. Sean, are you Sean, the state senator, Sean? I'm just curious. Anyway, hello,
you're
Reese
aware
McDonald.
of the overly aggressive arrest and prosecution of Mark Houck, who's a pro-life activist and father of 7 in Philadelphia.
Damn.
Based on the fact that he had pushed a protester who a Planned Parenthood escort, rather, as he was demonstrating outside of an area in the Philadelphia region. He pushed this person after this person got in the face of his 12-year-old son and was yelling vile, insulting, demeaning, implicitly threatening things, denigrating his father, denigrating his faith, and yelling vile, sexually suggestive things to his 12-year-old son. So he shelved him. And then, before they knew it, Mr. Houck was facing FACE Act prosecutions.
Which is crazy.
A highly militarized group of DOJ law enforcement showed up to enforce a warrant. They showed up at about 7 a.m. on a Friday morning. And as Houck's wife put it, a SWAT team of about 25 came to my house with about 15 vehicles and started pounding on the door, and then had about 5 guns pointed at my husband, myself, and basically my kids. This concerns me. Mr. Houck ended up facing these charges, and not surprisingly, the jury acquitted him of that. I was just wondering how it doesn't seem justifiable to me to have that overwhelming show of force for conduct like that.
For one guy. For one guy.
In the meantime, in 2022 and for the first couple of months of 2023, DOJ has announced charges against 34 individuals for blocking access to or vandalizing abortion clinics. And there have been over 81 reported attacks on pregnancy centers, 130 attacks on Catholic churches since the leak of the Dobbs decision, and only 2 individuals have been charged. So how do you explain this disparity?
I didn't realize that many churches had been attacked too. Real quick before I move on, thank you, Peg D. Women's Month, in collaboration with Rachel's Mad Out Dildo, we've launched a new service for cucks and simps called Peg D. Weak men who lack self-respect, we offer to send butt-ugly lesbians to peg you down, just like your women like to be dicked down by a BBC. Well, thank you very much, Rachel Madhouse Dildo. That's quite the thing there, and I'll even give you one of these. That's right, because you said something about BBC. Thank you. Thank you for the small bullet in the tip jar. Greatly appreciate it. Okay, let's see how Merrick Garland answers this.
A reference to anything other than politicization of what's happening there.
The FACE Act applies equally to efforts to damage, blockade, clinics, whether whether they are pregnancy resource center.
Well, if it's equally, then how come no one's been arrested? How come they're not being investigated?
In both cases, and we apply the law equally. I will say you are quite right. There are many more prosecutions with respect to the blocking of the abortion centers, but that is generally because those actions are taken with photography.
He didn't ask that. That's not what he asked. He was asking about this specific case.
At the time, during the daylight, and seeing the person who did it is quite easy.
Oh, because they didn't see them.
Those who are attacking the pregnancy resources centers, which is a horrid thing to do, are doing this at night in the dark. We have put full resources on this. We have asked.
So they're investigating these, huh?
Rewards out for this. The Justice Department and the FBI have made outreach to Catholic and other organizations to ask for their help in identifying the people who are doing this. We will prosecute every case against a pregnancy resource center that we can make. But these people who are doing this are clever and are doing it in secret. And I'm convinced that the FBI is trying to find them with urgency.
Okay, well, I'm not so convinced that you are actually doing that. And so, Attorney General Garland, you need to get your shit together. All right, so that was Mike Lee. Also, let's see. Where's the one? There was the one I want to do. Must be this one. Okay, that was Mike Lee. This is is this the same answer? I think it is.
As Houck's wife put it, a SWAT.
Okay, we got that one already. Also, Ted Cruz went after Merrick Garland. Ted Cruz got into a heated exchange with Attorney General Merrick Garland as the Texas senator accused the Justice Department chief of failing to protect conservative Supreme Court justices after they voted to overturn Roe versus Wade last summer. Cruz accused Garland of sitting on his hands while protesters gathered at the homes of the Supreme Court justice who voted in favor of overturning Roe, which ended nationwide access to abortion. No, it didn't. Well, it didn't end nationwide. Okay, maybe. Okay, I guess technically, in a way, it did. But I still don't know a state that's banned it completely. Has anybody found a state that's banned it completely? I don't know about that. And return the question of the procedure's legality back to the states. That is factual. The Texas Center specifically pointed out the pro-abortion rights group Ruth sent us, which leaked the home addresses of the justices online. So here's, I don't know if this is the same clip, but here, let's check this one out right here. Ted Cruz.
But in the wake of the leak of the Dobbs decision, when rioters descended on the homes of 6 Supreme Court justices, night after night after night, you did nothing. The department did nothing. When extremist groups like Ruth Sent Us and Jane's Revenge openly organized campaigns of harassment at the homes of justices, you sat on your hands. When these same groups posted online information about where the justices worship, or their home addresses, or where their kids went to school, you again sat on your hands and did nothing.
Now, one thing about this, me being a First Amendment absolutist or whatever, I got no absolutist, but look, they have a right to protest. But there is a federal statute, which I imagine the Supreme Court would eventually have to rule on, but stating that protesting in front of judges' homes who are adjudicating a case, that is illegal as an attempt to try to persuade them in one way or another. So I'm assuming that the Justice Department normally knows that this is a statute. For example, if there were guns rights protesters protesting in front of, say, the more liberal justices' homes as they were adjudicating or, reviewing a court case about the Second Amendment, I'm pretty confident that the Justice Department would rain down on them with thousands of armed agents to remove them from those justices' homes. But that didn't happen in this case, so let's continue.
Your failure to act to protect the safety of the justices and their families was an obvious product of political bias. You agree with Roe versus Wade. You disagree with the Dobbs decision. And the Department of Justice under this president was perfectly happy to refuse to enforce the law and allow threats of violence. And as you know, those threats finally materialized with Nicholas Roski, a 26-year-old man from California who traveled across the country, was arrested outside the home of Justice Kavanaugh, armed with a handgun, a knife, and burglary tools. And he said he came there to kill Justice Kavanaugh because he was enraged by the leaked opinion.
Okay, didn't get an answer there, but that was Ted Cruz in that part. Let's see if I got the rest of this. Oh, now of course we have Brian Krassenstein he's on the case because this is interesting. I want to see if you notice something about the clip he played here and what he says about it. Let me start with what he says first, because I love me some Brian Krassenstein, more like Assenstein. But anyway. Breaking. For months, Republicans have claimed the DOJ had targeted parents for making complaints about their school board. Today, Senator John Kennedy asked Attorney General Merrick Garland about that. AG Garland completely debunked the entire talking point. And just like that, another GOP talking point dies at the hand of facts. This is all Republicans have, made up lies that they make go viral. People need to stop believing Fox News. Now, I don't watch Fox News, so anyway. But here, real quick, this is interesting because let's see how Merrick Garland supposedly completely debunked the entire talking point.
Here's what I've always been confused about. Didn't you understand the chilling effect that it would have to parents when you issued your directive, when you directed your criminal divisions and your counterterrorism divisions to investigate parents who were angry at school boards and administrators during COVID?
Senator, if you just give me a moment to put full context, I did not do that. I did not issue any memorandum directing the investigation of parents who are concerned about their children. Quite to the contrary, the memorandum that you're talking about says at the very beginning of the memorandum that vigorous public debate is protected by the First Amendment. And the kind of concerns that you're talking about are, as expressed by parents, are of course completely protected. The memorandum was aimed at violence and threats of violence against a whole host of school personnel. It was not aimed at parents making complaints to their school board.
Now that's interesting because this came out after the parent in Linden County, Virginia, whose daughter was sexually assaulted in a bathroom, came to talk for the school board. And he was violently taken out. He didn't make any threats at the school board, but he was taken out physically by whoever they have doing security there, supposedly. But he didn't make any threats to the school board. And the memo that we're talking about here, let me see if we can find that. Let's look that up. I want to see how. But anyway, was that a debunking? How did he debunk it other than saying, well, this is what I think it said, or this is what it said? Real quick, thank you, Sean, Minnesota Patriot, doing a Rumble rant over on Rumble, who says, oh, okay, I asked if he was the Sean that's in the legislature, but no, he said, nah, I'm gunfight with that Antifa after being stabbed at Minnesota State Capitol, Sean. Whoa, when did that happen? Saw you were local, just passing through. Rabbit had the gun video explaining attack on my channel. Hey, you should send me a link to that if you happen to have it handy. And welcome. I'm glad you're here. Nice to see you. So let's see. And I'm sorry. Usually I do one of these, and I forgot it. See, I'm not used to the Rumble rants as much, and I still haven't figured out how to collect those from Rumble. I'm still working on that because I haven't been on Rumble that long, and I don't get them very often. I think you can only do them after you have $50 banked anyway. So, but thank you. I appreciate you joining us, and hope you subscribed on Rumble and on YouTube. That'd be great. So, all right. So this thing, let's see. Attorney. Wait, Justice Department. Memo. Parents. Let's see if I can find it by using that search term. Okay, here it is. Now, it's funny. So I look at the results when I get this, okay? One is, here, let's make sure you can see it. Justice Department threatens to sic FBI on parents as domestic terrorists. Washington Post says false GOP claim the Justice Department is spying on parents. Parents advocate respond to Justice Department school board something. I don't have that. DOJ school board violence memo targets concerned parents. So that's four very disparate headlines. Let's try this one from the Washington Examiner though. So let's see. And I'll go through the copy of the memorandum. Republican senators criticized the Justice Department over Attorney General Merrick Garland's new memorandum related to alleged violence and intimidation at school board meetings, calling it an attempt to target concerned parents. Now, what's interesting about this, so he says, no, we said that we believe in free speech. We're worried about parents who are, threatening violence, threatening school board members. Yeah, when you put a memo out like that, when no one in these meetings is actually threatening violence, but it happens that, some parents are being thrown out of these school board meetings, you got to wonder. And remember, you helped the school people do the memo. Anyway, the back and forth came during a Senate Judiciary Committee hearing Tuesday, in which Deputy Attorney General Lisa Monaco faced questions about the DOJ's recent actions, with Garland announcing that the DOJ would soon announce a series of measures designed to address the rise in criminal conduct directed towards school personnel. So here, let's see, is the memo. I want to see the actual memo. I want to see it. Let's read the actual memo. It's probably this one. Let's see. Here it is. Here's the memo that the Justice Department put out after people began to protest and show up at school board meetings, wondering why their kids were reading porn and having drag queens and all that shit. Okay? Here's the memo from Memorandum, Director, Federal Bureau of Investigation, Director, Executive Director, blah, 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 from the Attorney General Merrick Garland. In recent months, there has been a disturbing spike in harassment, intimidation, and threats of violence against school administrators. Really? Really? Was there? Saw people showing up at school board meetings. I didn't know about the spike in harassment, intimidation, and threats of violence. School board members, teachers, and a staff who participate in the vital work of running our nation's public schools. While spirited debate about policy matters is protected under our Constitution, that protection does not extend to threats of violence or efforts to intimidate individuals based on their views. Interesting. Now, so you're saying that you're not threatening these people. I'm sorry, I don't have this centered. There we go. Fix that. Threats against public servants are not only illegal, they run counter to our nation's core values. Okay, where were these threats? Okay, that's the part I'm concerned about. Those who dedicate their time and energy to ensuring that our children receive a proper education, really? They're failing miserably. I'll get to that. In fact, I'll just tell you what's happening in Minneapolis. In fact, I'm going to skip this. All right, look. The memo was an intimidation attempt. It clearly was an intimidation attempt by Merrick Garland. He's full of crap. I'm sorry. In fact, let's talk about how the schools are doing right now, though, because I have so many tabs open today. I could be here talking about stuff. If you want, by the way, if you want to see, I have a couple of the full clips of the people questioning Merrick Garland, particularly one by Josh Hawley, one by Justice John Kennedy, or not just Senator John Kennedy, not related to the Kennedy of Bridgeport. But so if you want to watch those are in here. And there's a couple articles that, for example, other articles that we have today. Showdown before raid. FBI agents and prosecutors argued over Trump. Apparently, some of the FBI people who were asked to do this raid on Mar-a-Lago they didn't think it was exactly, what's a good word? It wasn't exactly kosher. They were like probably wasn't necessary. And so there was a big argument before they did it, but then the Justice Department made them do it anyway. So that's in the Washington Post. So, and again, it's the Washington Post, so expect the slant that you'd expect. Also, United Airlines, they on the last day of Black History Month, celebrated the last day of Black History Month by saying, this flew from San Francisco to Sydney with an all LGBTQ plus crew for Pride in partnership with Virgin Australia. Oh, they had a special LGBTQ plus all crew, whatever plane flying to Australia. Oh boy, thank God they did that. I'm sure that's what a great way to put to finish Black History Month. Other articles, there's shoot. Oh, by the way, Mike Lee got banned by Twitter after he shared a Federalist article criticizing Biden foreign policy, which is odd. Utah Senator Mike Lee was suspended from Twitter on Wednesday after the GOP lawmaker shared a Federalist article critical of President Biden's foreign policy. The article, written by Federalist senior editor David Harsanyi, condemns the false binary presented by proponents of this administration's approach to the war in Ukraine as either pro-Vladimir Zelensky or pro-Vladimir Putin. So he shared the article, and Twitter banned him. Now, I don't know. What's odd about this is the head of Twitter, known as Elon Musk, as Trump would say, is fairly neutral on the war, and in fact, he's starting to. It seems to be souring on the war and asking Ukraine, hey, you're getting these hundreds of billions of dollars from the U.S. Do you think you might be able to pay for all that Starlink internet communications shit that we've been giving you for free? I mean, the government here is giving you $100 billion. Maybe you could pay for this shit. And because at the beginning, Elon Musk was giving that stuff to them for free, right? So they could have communications. But the U.S. government keeps giving them billions of dollars. It's like, hey, maybe you could pay for the $9.99 a month that everyone else pays for this shit or whatever they pay for it. I don't know. Anyway, Mike. So we're gonna see that saga continue on whether or not Mike Lee gets his Twitter account back. Also, in apparently, so the March for Life that happened. What was that? January 20th, right? And last year, in 2022, March for Life, there were people out there doing food vendors and stuff out there, right? Well, in 2023, as part of the annual pro-life March for Life demonstration in D.C. on January 20th, volunteers running a food table were forced to move away from the Washington Monument because, as one park ranger told them, they were in a, quote, First Amendment free zone. You heard me correctly. The women were setting up a table to provide some fellow pro-life supporters with bagels and coffee when a park ranger told them they were in a First Amendment free zone and had to move out of the granite plaza surrounding the famous obelisk. They relocated on the grass inches next to the plaza with approval of the park ranger. Later, a police officer approached the ladies and told them they were allegedly getting complaints about their table being on the path. Police told them they had to leave, and the women complied. These women had set up the same table in the same spot the year before with no problems, though the granite plaza itself considered a restricted zone where activities may only occur within the areas on specified dates to maintain the contemplated and respective environment of the memorial. These women were only running a craft service table, an activity that the Park Service only a year before did not consider a violation of the rules. So, oh my gosh, you're giving out bagels. You can't use the First Amendment here. I've never heard of a First Amendment free zone in the United States, but hey, there's a lawsuit in New York. A New York trans teacher forced a fifth grader to change their name and program. Nice, their names. Yes, even there. A New York male to female transgender teacher manipulated a fifth grade girl to adopt a male name and pronouns which caused the child to have suicidal thoughts. The new lawsuit alleges, according to a lawsuit filed in Suffolk County Court by the girl's parents, a fifth grade teacher at Terryville Road Elementary School in Port Jefferson Station, Deborah Rosenquist, allegedly forced the child to use male name and pronouns. The parents learned of the social transition months later when their daughter drew a picture that said, "I want to kill myself." Ugh! The family's lawyer, Deborah Walling, told the New York Post that Rosenquist manipulated a preteen female into changing her gender identity when the child did not feel any inclination to do so. I'm going to watch that lawsuit closely. Other articles, female faculty more likely to support speech restrictions, campus investigations, and deplatforming. Because it's an emotion. That's some emotional shit, right? Interesting. Faculty members more likely to self-censor today than during the McCarthy era too. So, anyway, you can read those. The one, what was I looking for? I had a specific article I wanted to see before we go because I wanted to. It's here in Minneapolis, my metropolitan area. Not one student proficient in math in 10 Minneapolis and St. Paul public schools, according to a report. Oh, this is fan-fucking-tastic. I'm glad my kids went to school in the suburbs. At least 10 elementary and high schools in the Minneapolis Public Schools District and St. Paul Public School District in Minnesota did not have a single student meet the grade level expectations in math during the 21-22 school year, according to a Wednesday report by the Center for the American Experiments, an organization focused on state public policy. Statewide, 19 school districts did not have one student test proficient in math. Wait, 19 school districts? Are you serious? In Minnesota, where we usually have great schools here, well, I know our school district is awesome. In 19 school districts, they did not have one student test proficient in math on the 2022 Minnesota Comprehensive Assessment, a standardized test used to determine what students have learned, according to the Center for the American Experiment report. Of elementary schools in Minneapolis and St. Paul school districts, 7 did not have a single student meeting grade level expectations in math. As of the start of the 2022 school year, fewer than half of Minnesota students statewide are proficient in math, 44.6%, and just under 50% can't read at grade level. Katrine Wigfall, the author of the report, wrote, on national assessments, Minnesota reading and math scores are the lowest they've been in 30 years. Let's just read. This is a school. This is a state where our governor, in particular, in our state legislature, now that's all Democrat state legislature, they're in a veto-proof. Well, they don't need a veto because they're all Democrats. But our governor during the pandemic basically decided that he was going to mimic anything they did in New York or California. So, school shutdowns were common. It's interesting because some of the private schools in Minnesota still had in-school learning, at least partially, but the public schools, they basically did remote learning. And then they went to a system where they had staggered days, okay? And this across the country, this destroyed kids. I mean, they're lost in development over the pandemic, at least from an academic standpoint, is just devastating. And there's going to be some wave on this. And you're also going to have, between that and, people, schools focusing on, DEI and, pronouns and, social things rather than actually just going and learning shit. They're wasting a lot of time. In fact, I know there's a lot of anecdotal stuff out there. The last one I heard was this woman who said that basically in their kids' class, 3 days a week they spent time on, LGBTQ issues and pronouns and all this stuff. 3 days of the week. Well, wait a minute. Why aren't you spending this time on reading and math every day? Or, basic science stuff every day? Although science is relative, I guess, anymore. Because when you're teaching LGBTQI ideology, you kind of fudge what the science is on that, right? So it's just weird. But I'm shocked to hear this is happening in Minnesota, because Minnesota for a long time has been, one of the leaders in education policy and education results, if not policy, results. Although there's some studies out there that say that the achievement gap between whites and minorities in Minnesota is very high compared to some states. Now it's interesting because Minnesota is not that diverse of a state, and I wonder if that could be part of the problem too. As far as that goes, it's like, the less diverse, maybe there's a correlation there. I don't know, but anyway, it's really hard for me to see something like this. Someone said Baltimore 2.0. I think it was Tyre. Now, again, as I'm looking at this article, though, it says at least 10 elementary schools and high schools in the Minneapolis and St. Paul districts. I think there's 9 high schools in Minneapolis public schools. And so extrapolate how many elementary schools there would be to that, like 3 or 4 for each one. So clearly this part of the report cherry picks out those schools that don't have any students. But why are there even 10? Why are there 10 schools that don't have a single child proficient in math at grade level? And why should there be a single school that doesn't have kids who are, at grade level in reading? There shouldn't be. I mean, not one kid? Not one kid? That almost sounds impossible. That almost sounds impossible. There's not one kid, an entire school. That would be not one kid in any school. They got 10 of these schools they counted. Not one kid. Grade level expectation in math. How does that happen? I mean, you would think that there'd be at least one, there'd be a family who the parents themselves would just teach the kid. How does that happen? I just can't. I almost can't believe it. Now here's an interesting school though. Here's an interesting article too, kind of related to that. Catholic school teachers work more, get paid less, produce better results than public school teachers. Anyone shocked? Data released by the National Center for Education Statistics, which is part of the U.S. Department of Education, show that Catholic school teachers on average work slightly more time each week than public school teachers, but get paid less while producing better results than public school teachers. The NCES published a report in December entitled Characteristics of the 2021 Public and Private School Teachers in the United States. The report was based on a survey the Census Bureau conducted on behalf of NCES that interviewed public and private school principals and teachers. And then it said public school teachers, the survey indicated, spent an average of 52 hours per week on teaching and other school-related activities. Catholic school teachers, by contrast, spent 53 hours a week on teaching and other school-related activities. And then Table A6 showed the report showing average base teaching salary and supplements for teachers in both public and private schools. And then just shows that the Catholic school teachers are paid less, but they get better results. I wonder if it's because they spend time on things that you need to be teaching that you don't have to learn. Well, I don't know. You know what I mean? They're teaching the things that are, required for kids to learn to teach them how to think and not what to think. Teaching them the math, how to read, and basically do basic writing and so on and so forth. Not how to think, or not what to think, but teach them how to think. And that's probably a big factor. And plus they talk about God, I guess, in Catholic schools. Anyway, So, anyway, there's several other articles. There's a article on, now here's an interesting one, and I keep saying I'm going to end, but here's an interesting one. Here's the one where a university student tells it will block her speech even off campus and on her private time. So now this is kind of the other end of the spectrum, where a Catholic university, Villanova University, told one of its students that it has the right to stop her from distributing pro-choice literature or contraceptives, even if she's doing it on a public sidewalk off campus and on her own time. Carol, recognizing that, or this woman, that it is a religious college, Villanova would not provide contraceptives for its students, wanted to make them available anyway. So she recognized that she should not do it on campus in order to respect the university's stance. Instead, she decided to set up an unaffiliated organization that would offer such things close to but off campus, and the university has decided this was unacceptable and moved to forbid it. That's interesting. Villanova Director of Student Involvement, J.J. Brown, told Carol the university would prevent her from distributing the contraceptives on a public sidewalk near campus. Brown told her that given the sidewalk's proximity to campus and because Carol is a Villanova student, the university could prevent her from promoting any contraceptive advocacy organizations there, including by handing out contraceptives. Now, that's interesting. I don't agree with this either. Look, whether it's a private university or not, she's not doing it on campus or behalf of the university or, representing the university. She's doing something on her own time in public space. I think this is bullshit too. If I don't care if it was a school telling someone they couldn't talk about pro-life shit, and I don't care if it's a school telling them pro-choice it. Is it a private school? Yes, it is, but she's not doing it at the school or on behalf of the school. They're saying that she can't do this activity outside of this school. So I know this is bullshit. That is straight bullshit. I don't think the school should, first of all, I can understand if they're saying she's doing it on behalf of the school or as part of a school organization or at the school or on campus. She's not on campus. They have no right to tell her what to do off campus. Holy shit. And if Stanford told the kid they couldn't talk about pro-life shit off campus, I'd be the same way. That's her prerogative, her freedom to do what she wants. So very un-American of Villanova. FTG to Villanova. I know it didn't FTGs, but because here's one. Pro-life OBGYN group banned from the American College of OBGYNs, an Orwellian Building Bridges conference. There's a lot of articles. I don't have time to get to them. Guys, I got to go. I want to thank you for joining me today on the Morning Night Live. If you haven't done so, share the stream. There's so much stuff that I'm putting in the links today. If you have time, check it out. There's a lot of good articles. I didn't get to half the stuff I was going to do today. But share the stream, hit the like button before you go, both on YouTube and on Rumble. That always helps. Also, if you haven't done so already, share the stream. And if you're watching a replay, tell me what you think about Merrick Garland's testimony today, at least in those few cases that I've shown. I'm going to go watch the whole hearing now because I'm curious how much the Democrats grilled him on the things that they want Merrick Garland to prosecute. Of course, he's already been prosecuting most of the shit they want done. But anyway, and then if you want to sponsor the show, pdognight.live, 24 hours a day. That's the Streamlabs link. YouTube, super chats during the show, Venmo, Cash App in the description down below. And that's it. Show number 1011 is done. I got to go. My name's Dawg Knight, and I'm out of here. Bye-bye. Have a great day. Hey, this is Dawg Knight, and thanks for watching today on the Dawg Knight Channel. If you have an observation or remark you'd like to make about this video or my channel, I absolutely welcome you to write it in the comment section down below. I really look forward to hearing from you. And before you go, if you like what you saw but you're not already subscribed, please make sure you hit the subscribe button and definitely click that bell that pops up afterwards so you'll be notified when I post new videos or when we go live. I broadcast my live show, The Morning Night Live, Monday through Friday at 10 o'clock Eastern, 9 o'clock Central. A special thank you to all the supporters of this channel who share our videos on social media and who make donations through Streamlabs, YouTube, Venmo, and Cash App, which are all linked in the description down below. Thanks again, and until next time, I'm Dawg Knight, and I'm out of here.